ethnic minority special. And you know, if you hear the banging of the drums and the clanking of the silver, you might know that we are in southeastern Guizhou to look at the Miao people. And you think of these people and you think about their colors, the bright uniforms and the silver, the multicolored rice they eat, and the green mountains that they live in. I'm Yen, and come with me as we explore these people.
There's an old saying, the birds nest in trees, the fish swim in waters, the Miao live on mountains. And indeed, resting on the mysterious mountain slopes of Guizhou are the villages of the Miao, one of the most numerous minority ethnic groups in China. Today, we're off to the Guizhou Miao and Dong Autonomous Prefecture, a center of authentic Miao culture. Here, the wealth of color will surprise you. Dazzling costumes, rainbow-colored rice, and glittering jewelry. No doubt there are stories to be told about the vivacious hues used by the Miao. The local Miao peoples build their villages beside rivers on the mountains. In Leishan County, the communities are compact. The world's largest Miao village comprises 1,000 households. However, most villages are much smaller. Often, a village is a tight-knit community made up of 20 or 30 families belonging to the same clan. People in these parts are mostly farmers or fishermen. They're quite self-sufficient, from growing their own food to building their own homes. Miao houses are wooden and high above ground, standing on stilts to accommodate the hilly terrain. Everything is in balance with nature.
From stone steps to the wooden houses and the blue sky, the Miao people worship nature, and almost everything they believe has a special spirit. And so, surrounded by this environment, you can only imagine what type of lives these people lead.
The Miao do not have a written language, but they do have a distinct spoken dialect. Many of their traditions and much of their history have been passed down orally through songs and dances and in their embroidery. The songs deal with such themes as ghosts and gods, everyday life, love and loss, and the worship of their ancestors. The time to sing is during special ceremonies, weddings, births, deaths, and so on. The Miao people are clever at using things they find around them to enrich their lives. The bamboo that is found here is shaped into a traditional wind instrument called the lu sheng and played by the Miao to celebrate a harvest or in worshipping their ancestors. A key part of the instrument is the metal piece that controls the vibrations of different tones. Now, it may seem straightforward enough, but it takes an experienced craftsman to master the shaping of the metal piece.
怎么控制就不一样的那个声音呢？
低级的它就长就厚，高级它就薄就短，你看，你听上声音。低八度，这个是高八度。
So you see, the different plates have different notes and different sounds. So let me give you my mic, and then you can get a better listen. 您再给我弹一下。你听。So that's the deep one.
这是高八度。
And that's the thin and the short one. 我能试试吗？
可以的。你看，你试吧。
Okay. So this is the finished product with all the different wooden sticks and the different pieces inside. So I think you blow here and you cover any one of the holes. Or you can press 2 at the same time. Not very musical.
In this episode of Travelogue, we journey to the colorful world of the Miao ethnic minority in Guizhou. Heads up, ladies, as we're gonna catch Sisters Festival, a celebration of spring and of love. Get ready to be dazzled by their costumes, rainbow-colored rice, and glittering jewelry, and experience living high in wooden houses standing on stilts, a place where everything is in perfect balance with Mother Nature.
Next, we're on our way south to Biasha, a place that is unique among Miao population centers for how little it has been affected by the modern way of life. Here, we are welcomed by the sound of the lusheng. Biasha is hidden away in a forest, and the village is filled with towering trees and waterside houses. The Biasha Miao have an unusual claim to fame. They are China's last tribe of gunmen. Their ancestors were frontline troops who charged through forests and fought the bears there, all to guard the land where they lived. Still today, they preserve their musketeer heritage. In fact, the Biasha are China's last tribe that can legally carry real guns. These tough-looking guys are priming their weapons. Typically, the women are not allowed to fire the guns. But they make an exception for me today. Don't be scared, folks.
1, 2, 3. Oh! That basically was my first experience. And you know when it was a kids, don't play with guns.
These guys with their guns may be intimidating, but they're nothing compared with this other guy and his blade.
This can be a... Wow. It's pretty fast here and sharp. But I don't know how I feel about shaving my head with this.
Here, the tradition of shaving the head is still going strong. The blade caresses the scalp and patches of hair fall to the ground. This shave is done without any shaving cream or even a rinse. Most of the hair is cut off, and all that's left is a clump in the middle that's twisted into a bun. The bun is a symbol of masculinity and power, and boys get their first haircuts as a rite of passage. It's a haircut that's existed for thousands of years. Biasha in the Miao language means place where trees flourish. Still today, people here observe rituals for worshipping the holy spirits, such as trees and even a direction. The belief here is that the ancestors of the Biasha Miao traveled to this land from the east during a time of warfare. So they're worshipping the home of their ancestors in the east. The ceremonies involve climbing a mountain, facing east, and burning incense before trees. The Miao believe the buns on their heads represent the trees, which to them are holy. A tree is planted whenever a baby is born. Often it will be cut down to make the coffin when that person eventually dies. Trees are so holy, no one dares to cut a single branch.
Let the bullfight begin. May the best bull win. Ding!
The bull plays an important part in Miao culture. As a recreational activity, they mimic bullfights. The tree trunks represent charging bulls, which fight each other. It's nothing like a Spanish bullfight in which man is pitted against beast. Instead, it's bull against bull. And now we're off to Taijiang for something called the Sisters Festival, an annual celebration of spring and love. The Sisters Festival is to the Miao what Valentine's Day is elsewhere. Girls dress up in their finest, including all their shining silver jewelry. Then they reenact the courting customs that have been observed by the Miao since ancient times. The girls hurry off to the tops of mountains where they collect wildflowers and berries. This vegetation is used to dye the glutinous rice a variety of colors for the festival. The rice, the most emblematic item of the festival, may later be given to the suitor.
Just like that.
After it's picked from the trees, the plants are dried and ground. Then they're boiled in water until the color comes out. It's a process that all the women in the family take part in, and even little girls start learning at a young age. The colors that are all from nature result in rice that is usually dyed blue, pink, yellow, and white, representing the 4 seasons. The sisters' rice is crucial in the courting process because the rice balls are the tools the girls use to respond subtly to a sitter's advances. The multicolored glutinous rice is wrapped into small packets with treasures inside, things like leaves, vegetables, and nuts, each with a particular meaning. Receiving the rice is like receiving blessings from your Miao neighbors. But then again, who knows? Maybe someone here has a secret crush. Nowadays, the importance of the festival is broader than it used to be. It's no longer just a courting ritual, but a magnificent celebration of Miao culture. Both locals and tourists gather here on these grand occasions to enjoy the sisters' rice. Nearby, the street vendors sell many items, all of different colors and all handmade. You see, sewing and embroidering for the Miao women is believed to be a way of demonstrating respect for one's ancestors.
To celebrate Sisters Festival, many people from the villages bring in their best handicrafts and their best products at this market here, where they can sell their products.
Miao girls begin to learn weaving, embroidery, and cross-stitching from ages as young as 6 or 7. Here, each piece is unique, and if you're good at bargaining, you can get some really great stuff.
It's very flashy. You see, it's colorful, just like the Meow people themselves, who enjoy all this color. And for the Sisters Festival, everything happens to be in color as well. Their costumes and the rice they eat. It's sort of like a mix of all this. And all this is hand embroidered. You see, even here, it's like a little piece of mirror or something.
Silver ornaments feature prominently in a Meow outfit. That's because silver is believed to be the symbol of light, which dispels all evil spirits. Meow girls wear the most complicated and finely worked silver headdresses and ornaments. It's long been the custom for them to decorate themselves from head to toe with silver. And a full set can weigh up to 10 kilograms. Since the silver ornaments are a symbol of wealth, a girl's family will start saving up for her right from the moment she's born. The most valuable item she'll ever own is the headdress, which by tradition is decorated with phoenixes. In fact, the patterns on her headdress range from ancient totems to historical legends. The Sisters Festival brings villagers from many remote areas together, most of them in search of a partner. But for me, it's more like an array of beautiful costumes, colors, and local traditions. It's like a walking cultural show. And what are these guys doing here? You may be used to fishing with a rod, but here they do it with baskets. Eating is also a very social event. Families and friends sit at long tables dressed in their silver gear. The traditional costumes of different branches of the Meow vary, but the craftsmanship is always at the peak of perfection.
I feel like I should be wearing sunglasses here because all the girls from the village have put on their best attire, all this silver, to welcome in the men from the other village for the festival. And you see, they brought the best foods, the best clothes, and the best songs.
The girls sing about their emotions and daily life. It seems like it's another way of showing off to the men, in addition to their clothing.
And you see, people celebrate here by the girls giving the men their alcohol. But since I have nobody to give it to, you want some? Ew!
Spring is the season of love, and the boys and girls get to know each other. Who knows? This may be the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Well, I guess you're supposed to feed the other person as a sign of your welcoming them.
Although this seems like a very simple game, there's actually a lot of hidden things. The girls have to be careful about which food they choose to give to the men, since each has a special meaning. For instance, a hot red pepper means a flat-out refusal.
Oh, so these are the items that the girls give to the men. You see, they each represent different things. And in this rice here, she says the leaf represents let's make friends. 这个代表咱们交个朋友，你要送给谁啊？
我的这个是代表喜欢的人。
不喜哪个是不喜欢？
辣椒。
为什么？
就是我们不喜欢嘛。
哦、I don't like you 。这个给谁啊？很失望。还有谁啊？嗯？这个里面什么都没有。
不是，这个有一份喜欢，但是我就是我喜欢。
You see, the chopsticks are also an interesting way to communicate. If the girl gives him one chopstick, that means no. And giving two means I love you too.
Good luck to the newlyweds.
Well, maybe there's still a long way to go before they get married, but who knows what the right rice could lead to. The festival is held every year in April and lasts 5 days. Apart from everything else, it's the perfect opportunity just to enjoy the spring weather. The young people sing, dance, eat, and court. As for the married women, they're more likely to be busy dolling their daughters up in layer upon layer of silver.
Woo! I can't talk and dance at the same time, but you know you are in a Meow village when you hear the banging of the drums and the clanking of the silver.
The unmarried girls dance slowly in a circle in their ornate silver-encrusted costumes. The music is supplied by a big drum in the middle. And with the weight of the costumes on the girls and the effects of the alcohol on the village elders, it's a wonder anyone is left standing after 3 hours. Yet on and on, round and round they go, shimmering in the sun. It seems to me that you don't always find the best performances in fancy theaters with magnificent acoustics. Here in Guizhou, the most brilliant festival can be seen on the mountain plateau, in remote villages, and even besides the gurgling water.
In the distance, the drums are still banging and people are still singing and dancing. But this ends our journey in southeastern Guizhou. I hope this trip has made us better understand the Miao people, the vast mountains they live in, and nature itself. I'm Yin, and see you next time on Travelogue.
In the next episode of Travelogue, see what it's like living with the Zhuang of Guangxi, the largest of China's ethnic minorities.